Guys, how's it going on? And today here is our rant about VAR, because why wouldn't there be? Why, it's taken me 2 years to talk about VAR. 2 years too long? I don't know. But yeah, yesterday, the 11th of February, I have to specify the date because there's so many decisions that are going wrong with VAR that it just has to be something that, you have to talk about. You got to specify a fucking date because, VAR's that shit that every week it seems to get something wrong. So, let's just, set the actual idea behind this video before I get into what I think can be done to sort of solve VAR. So, game 1 was Chelsea versus West Ham, a London derby. I got that the wrong way around. We're at West Ham, but you know what I'm saying. The game is locked at 1-1. We go to I believe it was in the last 10 minutes of the game. Conor Gallagher strikes a shot towards goal. Thomas Souček goes, I've been watching prime videos of Petr Cech in his prime, and I've gone, I want to be a bit like that. Dives down to his left and blatantly handles the ball. It denies. I don't even think it would have been a goal. It's debatable whether it would have gone in or not, because I feel like Fabianski would have saved it. But at the same time, he's fucking saved it. He's he's got fucking. He's not got. He's in his head. He's not got Souček on his right. He's got fucking Petr Cech on his back of his shirt, and it's like. VAR goes, nah, it's fine. And yeah, it's just like I say, you just look at it and you think, how? How have you not gone to the decision that is handball? Obviously this, a lot of West Ham fans saying that it's retribution for the fact of what happened at Stamford Bridge, where Maxwell Cornet had a perfectly fine goal disallowed for sort of similar things, VAR just messing up completely. Beside the point though, we're not talking about that, we're talking about just yesterday's fixtures. West Ham fans, if you I'm not good laying in on you. I'm laying in on VAR, not you. Don't take it personally. So then, the next one that I want to talk about is we go across to Crystal Palace versus Brighton. Now, oh dear lord, this is obviously a derby. What is it? The fucking M21 derby or some shit like that. Can someone explain to me why it's classed as a derby? They're nowhere fucking near each other. Anyways, we're not doing a geography debate here. So, the game is obviously going to be a fiery one. It's a fucking derby, I get that. But in the first half, Alexis McAllister goes to snap. I don't know who the Palace player was. Was it Decorah or someone like that? I'm not too sure. But he literally goes to break his leg. Studs are up. It's right into his top of his shin. If he's not wearing fucking shinies, his fucking tibia's in pieces. And it's not even looked at. It's just yeah, it's fine, lad, no worries. Equally in that game, Solly March got an absolute feisty boy tackle on him, which was a real dirty fucking challenge. And it's it was clear that, one, the ref had no control over that game. It was getting to a boiling point, and the ref were nah, it's good entertainment. VAR didn't step in and say, hey lad, have a look at this. And it just I don't understand it, because Alexis McAllister's challenge is a fucking dangerous challenge, and the whole point of VAR is to protect the players, and if you're not protecting the fucking players, then what's the actual point of VAR? It's a wrong decision from the ref, it's clear and obvious error, so why has it not been looked at? It doesn't make any fucking sense. We then go ahead to Arsenal, because why wouldn't it be? It had to be, the thing that's, I guess, sort of started this is because obviously Arsenal are so vocal on Twitter. Fucking everyone. It was always going to be a thing that VAR was going to be trending last night on Twitter. But Brentford's goal doesn't get disallowed because Lee Mason forgets to fucking draw the lines. Bro, you're paid to do this. You're paid to look at the actual. You're paid to look at the decision. Is the goal legitimate or not? And you're going, oh yeah, sorry lad, I forgot to fucking draw the lines. It's I work in IT, and it's like me going, oh yeah, the computer's broken, but I didn't bother to check any of the inside components to make sure they passed a bloody diagnostics test. It's what is the point? What is the fucking point? Anyway, so that happened, and then we go to Leicester versus Spurs. Now, this game was already out of sight for Spurs in the first place, but in the second half, Harvey Barnes has a shot. It's a beautiful little link-up play from Leicester. The ball gets played, and if you look at it, if you literally look at it, the VAR's decision, and if I can be bothered, I'll put like a screenshot of like the actual like VAR decision, and you can look, you just look at it and you think, hang on a second, this doesn't, it looks level, and he was level. Like a load of people are saying he's level. Like obviously Leicester went on to win the game 4-1 anyway, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. But if that game is locked at 1-1, and Brendan Rodgers at the end, I'm going fucking mad. I'd be fuming for that. So that happened. They said it's his toe end that's offside, but like you look at the like what Sky Sports played back, and he's like absolutely, it's level with his shoulder. So the issue is, back when Charlie Austin did his impassionate rant after Southampton didn't get a goal legitimately given against was it Watford, and then the day after we're like, yeah, we're getting VAR in. So the whole point is, if VAR was introduced to limit and to get rid of these errors, why are we still having these errors, and why are we in a position where these errors, they're not hard errors. These are things that are taking like 3, 4, 5 minutes to make the decision on. The fans in the ground have no idea what's going on, which is a massive issue in every circumstance. That is a massive issue. The fans have no idea what's going on in the ground, so they're like, what? There's no communication. Like look at like cricket with Hawkeye and like rugby. You can hear in the ground what's happening, and like, why don't we have that in football? Like, genuinely, why don't we have that in football? Is it because the refs are fucking scared that it's gonna cause uproar and like these like referees are gonna like not be popular? I don't know, but it's just so stupid the fact that we're paying like teams are paying like, I think is it something like mental, like 200 million a year or something like that. It's an absolutely outrageous number, that like how much would cost, like the cost of VAR is. So why are we still getting so many errors, and why are so many of these errors avoidable? Like, come on, man. Like it has to be said. Why? I don't know. I'm rambling at this point just because like I'm incensed over it, to be honest with you. I just think, to be honest with you, that we need to have some form of regulation. FA needs to come in and put proper rules of how VAR can be used. Is there a time limit of, whether that be adding a time limit as to how long refs can take on a decision, adding in an independent body to sort of check over the refs. Because I feel like if the referees actually got punished for, making blatant mistakes, it makes VAR better. Because we've got the best league in the world. So tell me, why have we got the best league in the world, but with VAR we seem to be so far behind the Serie A and the Bundesliga? All these all top 5 leagues have VAR, but it only ever comes across as if it's England that ever has the topic of conversation of a controversial VAR decision. The whole point of VAR is we take out the controversy, but somehow we've ended up with more. So how does that make any sense? It's getting worse and worse. Referees are becoming more and more reliant on VAR, and they're not like, this is leading to referees making worse decisions on the pitch and costing teams. Yeah, so we're in a position now where VAR is making the referees a lot worse, and I think that we need to be in a position that something's done to make VAR more streamlined. Or at least make because I'd say at the minute they're making about 70% of the decisions correct. There's 30% that are in a massive grey area, which I just don't think is right, really, is it? But yeah, I think, leave in the comments what you think about VAR. I mean, I take it you don't fucking like it, but yeah, why are we getting so much wrong with VAR? It's a disgrace, and the fact that FA stays so quiet on it just makes it even worse. But yeah, that's rant over. Leave in the comment section if you want more videos where I just rant at the camera about random things. Preferably about football. I don't really want to do anything else, but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.